All right, going to talk about the other minor thing that happened at Comic Con. I mean, New York Comic Con, excuse me, that I had completely missed, and I'm talking about it here. And that is the potential of Ellen Ripley returning to the Alien films. Which, if I'm being honest, I think we all kind of suspected that was going to happen, right? Like, I think we all kind of suspected that that was going to be the big thing. Like when the Alien franchise was, successful, Alien Romulus did good, Alien Earth. Looking back on it, and I did a whole episode reviews of the series on Patreon. Just a little shameless plug right there. Gotta be honest, I didn't like thinking on it. I don't think I liked it as much as the first half was really good. Then the show kept going and it was really bad. But regardless, this and Predator Badlands obviously incorporating Alien. It was only inevitable that Disney was going to talk to Sigourney Weaver and probably truck in a lot of money, even though Weaver has said, like, I was going to do Alien 5 with Neil Blomkamp, but now I just don't want to. But money talks. A lot of money talks. Like, not to get too political here, but like, ask every comedian on who took the deal to go to Saudi Arabia, who like Bill Burr, who claimed all these big laurels and whatnot, and then they just showed a lot of money to him, and yeah, he immediately changed his tune. I'm just saying, like, remember, folks, and remember, boys and girls, celebrities' morals are only as big as the paycheck they're given. Think on that. Anyway, getting off that soapbox real fast. Yeah, like I said, I think Sigourney Weaver coming back as Ellen Ripley was was inevitable, right? Like, we all agree that was going to be the inevitability. I kind of suspected, but here's the thing: it doesn't really, like, do we really want this, right, guys? Like, do we really want Ripley back? And I know what you're going to say, but Ripley's like the main character of the Alien universe. Ripley is like the glue that hold it all together. Like, she's the face of the franchise. Why would you suspect, or why would you not want the idea of Ripley back in the Alien universe? To that I say, look, it's not that I don't want Ripley in the Alien franchise. I do love the character, don't get me wrong, and Sigourney Weaver is a great actress. The thing of it is, though, I don't think we need Ripley. And also, depending on where you are in continuity, none of it makes sense. Because if we're still doing, like, a sequel to Romulus, that's the 50-year gap between Alien and Aliens. So Ripley, canonically, is just in space floating aimlessly through the sectors. And you could say, oh, but it can be a story where they wake her up. That doesn't make any sense. They find her and wake her up, and she does it, and, like, then she goes back to sleep and they just send her on her way? No. That doesn't make any sense. Or you could be like, oh, but maybe this could be a lost story between Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. Okay, Ripley was dead and there were a bunch of mutated clones. You see what I'm saying? Ripley canonically does not make sense unless you say this is another Ripley clone. Or you mess with the continuity of the 50-year gap of Alien and Aliens. Now, I'd actually like it more if, like, they showed her in flashbacks and we focus on Ellen Ripley's daughter in that 50-year gap, and it's flashbacks to Sigourney Weaver talking to her daughter, the character from Alien Isolation. I would love to have, oh God, what's her name? The daughter come back. Like, that could be actually really cool, and that's how you could use Ripley in those stories, is like her flashing back and spending time with her mom. That could work. But, like, I'm kind of a stickler for the continuity here, and you could say, oh, they could just retcon out Alien Resurrection or Alien 3. If they're not gonna if they're sticking to their guns of keeping, like, some of the continuity from Prometheus and Alien Covenant, I don't know if they will like retcon that. So that's kind of that's another thing, is that I kind of think that they should They really shouldn't mess with the continuity, even though Alien Earth does kind of mess with it, and even though I don't like Prometheus and Alien Covenant, I don't want them to mess with the continuity too much. Like, I don't want them to ruin the continuity of these films too much. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. Like, is it like a cool idea to have Ripley back? Yeah, I would love to have Ripley back in the Alien franchise. I think it would be a lot of fun. But the thing of it is, it just doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense, and it's just there for nostalgia bait. And also, I personally believe the Alien franchise is more than big enough to have other characters be the main focus. We saw that in Alien Romulus. So why not do that again? And we don't need Ripley. The only reason they would bring Ripley back is because Disney wants those member berries. They want you to taste the member berries. You remember Ripley, right? Remember Ripley? Yeah, I do remember Ripley, and I think her story has been played enough. Let's have other characters take the wheel and really flesh out this universe without depending on nostalgia bait every so often. You don't want to be like another cosmic series that you own, Disney. Yeah. So yeah, while I think it would be cool, doesn't make sense, and I don't think we really need Ripley. And again, even Sigourney Weaver said that, like, they're just in talks, so those talks could easily fall through. But yeah, that's really all I had to say about the matter. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of the idea of Ellen Ripley returning to the Alien franchise? Would you guys want that? Would you guys not want that? Or do you think they should just leave Ripley alone and focus on other characters? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.